a spot like intended to be the right distance.
Right.
Punisher.
There you go. This is Will and TK from the IF. You know, we're a paranormal group based outside of, based in the Corpus Christi area. We're originally here in Portland, Texas. But
which is just north of Corpus Christi.
Yeah, just right across the bay. You know, and our main thing is that, like, we investigate the paranormal, but you know.
I mean, if you're on this channel, you probably got the gist of the types of stuff that we will do. This is our first video we posted where it's actually our faces and just talking to you directly.
You know, and you know, it's just we take our investigations pretty serious, and one of the things that we notice is, you know, and it's not that we're trying to call out a certain group out, but there is a group out here called CC Spook Central, and they disabled their comment section, and to me, I find that kind of like untasteful. It's just,
and I find it counterproductive.
Very. It's like, okay, we all know that there's trolling. There's plenty of trolls out there in YouTube. If you read the comments on pretty much every video's out there, there's all kinds of trolling. But then there's also, you know, you're taking away the opportunity of people who really do enjoy your videos and find them entertaining or find them very, you know, inspiring, and taking away their capability of, you know, showing you their gratitude.
So pretty much, you can learn off of feedback. Whether it's someone who hates you and is just saying all these mean things to you, and somewhere in it all, if they have a little bit of information that's actually useful, like in criticism, they could tell us something we need to get. As far as what equipment could probably help us out, they are probably not going to say it nicely, but they'll throw it out there. It's like, we should have this. Until we have this, you're just a bunch of nobodies. And then I'll ignore everything else except for, what was that product?
Yeah.
Like, I want that product. You say it helps, we'll try it out.
Exactly. You know, and
I mean, if you just have something that's just straight up, like, all you put in the comments is stupid, I was like, well, I'm not going to learn anything off of that, so skip. But I'm not going to disable comments.
Yeah, I'm not even going to erase the trolling or anything like that. It's just, you know, because I want people to be able to respond to our videos that are really either inspired or they really enjoy watching it, or they got some kind of suggestions or anything, or any type of feedback, you know, good criticism or bad criticism, it doesn't matter, you know. It just.
And then we're on the topic of criticism. Big reason why we wanted to shoot this video was to talk about issues with audio and trying to hear the things that we hear that we post. There's a lot of things that we post that'll be labeled as with a question mark. When it has a question mark, that means we're not entirely sure of what it is. We're not dubbing it as definite paranormal activity or anything like that. It's just there's a sound in there that's a little bit off. A lot of times that we'll leave it as like 3 question marks in a row.
Yeah, yeah.
That means we don't even know if it's anything at all.
Anything.
But a lot of things that we'll hear, I was getting concerned about. We have it hooked up to a TV and we turn it on we turn the volume up full blast, or we'll hook it up to speakers and turn the volume on full blast, and we'll replay everything over and over again, listening really close to it, giving myself a bad back because I keep leaning forward like this, get closer, listening, staring at the little bars on the screen go by so I don't miss anything.
Yeah.
And we'll do that for like an hour, and then I don't know how long it really takes because we'll replay it so many times, we probably take more than an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And
we save certain spots that we think is something, and
yeah, but the thing is, if we got to do all of that and listen so closely, and Will and we are used to looking for this stuff. Someone who finds our video on their cell phone and they don't have headphones or anything, it's just a cell phone by itself, we don't really expect you to be able to hear anything. That's not enough. I mean, we wouldn't be able to hear it if we didn't have it hooked up to the speakers and a TV.
Yeah.
But that was a big concern of mine as far as didn't want to leave everyone just confused and in the dark, feeling like, okay, they labeled something happening in this second, but I don't hear anything.
Right.
My volume is up as high as it can go on my cell phone, but sorry, the cell phone's probably not enough for most of it.
On a touch base situation, we are going to be posting up more and more videos as the time goes. I'm looking at September all the way into December, around that season. We'll be posting up even more videos because our equipment will pretty much be built up pretty good on equipment. Now, we're not looking at going to the extreme just yet as far as like ghost boxes and the Obulus and different other types of shit. Well,
everything is, as far as what equipment we're getting, there's a lot of things that are in debate right now.
Yeah.
Because we're questioning how accurate would some equipment be if it's supposed to be giving us or sending us signals coming from radio stations, and we're supposed to try and catch something in between. We don't want it to be a radio station that we caught and then we just labeled it wrong because we didn't think it was a radio station.
Exactly. There's a lot of stuff that people have come out with, and I'm not afraid to call people out. I mean, that guy Steve Huff, I've seen a lot of his videos. He's got a lot of followers, and I'm not saying that he's not a credible guy, but there's just some things where I've seen other videos dissect his, and it's very hard to trust that. And that's the main thing that we try to do. Now, we know that we're not going to be 100% as far as like getting people's trust, which is understandable if you're dealing with the paranormal field, but this is our word that we, everything that we're doing it, for the sake that, hey, we're doing it in a way that we believe truly is the best way to get evidence. And by that standard, that's how we, hold up to our end. We love the comments. We love the, criticism. It's good or bad. It doesn't matter. I mean, we're game for all of that, but we're not going to try to. Sorry about that. That was the computer. It's a little strange, wasn't it?
A little.
Out of nowhere, but it happens a lot. But we're not trying to place ourselves as far as like Steve Huff, where we're going to create some kind of device and sell it for $5,000 on a website or something like that. No. Our interest is basically simple: trying to find out the unexplained. Trying to uncover EVPs. Hell, even talking to people about UFOs and.
Yeah, I mean, so far our videos have been us constantly trying to hunt down EVPs, but that's just because of what we've caught from a certain house. We don't want to let it go. We want to see how much can it tell us. So we finally got some words in from it, and we want more. So if we got some activity here, we don't want to just let it go and go somewhere else that's new, and we don't know if that's going to give us anything at all. Also, we feel like we need to post videos. We don't want so much time to go by between videos we post.
Right.
We don't want, we post one video that lasts, 5 minutes, and then the next video is not going to come out until several months later.
Right. Yeah.
So we don't want that.
Well, and the idea, okay, and I
That's
know
how you get forgotten.
I don't want anybody to be misconstrued in the idea that, man, these two guys, man, they go to the McCampbell house all the time. Don't they ever get tired of it? The thing about that is that if we continue to get more responses, more EVPs and stuff like that, we're going to continue to go to that place, but we're at the same time, we're going to still focus on other places as well. But if it's a hot spot at this moment, we're going to kind of continue to go there more often, but we're going to also still be focused on other places. Like tonight, we did the McCampbell house because of the response that we had before, the one that said stand up and a few others. So we went there tonight, and we also went to the Sidbury house, and we may have caught couple of more interesting things at that place. So there's other things that we're going to be, showing on our videos.
Yeah, man, right now we're looking at 2 different buildings. Both of them are in Corpus Christi, and I'm not sure if I should say on the YouTube channel where it's at yet, because I don't know if I'll get in trouble. But there's 2 other places, not places that we posted yet, but places of high interest that we want to go to. We're just trying to look at things as far as what's the likelihood of us getting into trouble because we found our way into it.
Right.
And we're not specific to Corpus Christi either. We're willing to travel. Of course, that's going to take more time. We're not going to just up and go and just quit our jobs.
Yeah.
Because this is it's
kind of a...
I mean, you can kind of see all the retro stuff going on back here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not rich by any means.
No.
We're holding on to the past.
Oh, yeah.
The past is cheap.
It's cheap, but pretty interesting. Interesting stuff in the past. Look, and if there's, places, right now we're trying to keep in the means of Texas entirely, mainly in South Texas, but we're willing to travel, elsewhere in the state of Texas. Not really on the outskirts of Texas anywhere, but primarily here in the state of Texas itself. We're cool about doing that.
See, we would love to go further than Texas. We would love to go anywhere, but it's just, we got to financially be able to handle that.
Exactly. Right now the IF group has been around since 2005, but it's been on a long hiatus. So, we recently here just kind of rebooted the whole IF.
Yeah, we rebooted because I finally came back to town. And there's a couple members that are still around town, and they've all got new lives. There's one of us I know is in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Another one I think went to Alaska.
Yeah, somewhere far up there.
So there's more of us. It's just right now the 2 of us are the ones that are more just constantly, I guess, keeping in touch.
Yeah, I mean, the more you watch, trust me, we're gonna have more videos where we're hoping that you guys get captivated by the way we investigate stuff like that, and our ways of investigating. Because I've experienced investigations with other people. Trust me, it was horrible experience.
If we spend 3 hours in a building trying to collect evidence and we've only caught, let's say, 4 seconds of evidence, we don't want to post 3 hours of a video of a lot of nothing happening.
Right.
Just us wandering around in the dark.
Now, if we do post a video that shows an entire investigation, it's only in the primary means of allowing you, the viewers, to try to catch whatever you think, that try to find stuff that we may have totally missed,
Yeah,
interacting with you.
I think there's a video about an investigation you did while I was away, where you caught a shadow figure on camera.
Yeah.
But imagine how long that video must have been, because that shadow figure was caught when no one was around.
Exactly.
So that probably was a lot of just watching a lot of nothing happening for so long until finally that moment happened.
Yeah. I mean, it was, now, by myself, and I have to give credit to Chris and Keith, they were outside the whole time, and I basically had to, we did this intentionally.
Excuse me.
To,
Back.
Just to have one person in the house in Woodsboro, Texas, to investigate the house so we can cut out as much contamination as possible. And really the only thing that, I was able to catch was that shadow figure. And then there was an interesting moment after we were packing up all of our stuff, and we still had an audio recorder still going. And Keith is at the wet bar, and far away from him on the other side of the wet bar is a picture in a picture frame, and all of a sudden it mysteriously falls. So it falls on its back and then kind of slides off the wet bar and lands on the floor. And it petrified Keith, and I don't blame him for being scared, stiff, basically. But unfortunately, we only caught the audio version of it because me and Chris was, shutting down all the cameras, and it just happened so quick. and I asked a couple of questions and caught what I believe was a baby crying. So hopefully you guys check out that video as well. And it's just the audio deal on that video, but hopefully you guys catch it. You know, listen to it.
When it comes to the Campbell house and the Sidbury house, something that's been irritating us in our investigation is just the amount of traffic driving by.
Yeah.
Every time a car goes by, if we don't want to call out anything within the sound of the car going by, because we don't know what is just the sound of just the tires slapping against the pavement or the radio inside the car, if it's loud enough so it can be caught on audio. So we don't like it whenever we ask a question and then you hear that car going by like...
Yeah. Yeah. Boy, it gets annoying.
And you hear a little bit of some rap song going on too.
Yeah. But we're very truthful about our stuff, you know, and you can definitely take our word for it. We're very truthful with our stuff. We call things out, and you know, we want to warn you guys that there is contamination. I think there's only maybe one video where I posted out the entire EVP session. It was like 50 minutes long or something like that, and there was a lot of contamination with the vehicles going by, but I wanted to try to give it a shot as far as like you viewers seeing if you could hear something out of the ordinary that we might have missed. Hopefully through the traffic, and I apologize for that, but hopefully you guys check it out and, you know, leave us a comment, you know. And again, we're not afraid of trolls, so we're not disabling the comment section, okay? And if you give us a thumbs down, give us a thumbs down. It don't matter. The more thumbs up, the better. But you know, we're not butthurt about shit like that. So, as far as anything else, don't worry. You guys will be seeing more video footage eventually here in the coming months and stuff. And hopefully, we'll be doing a documentary sometime soon. Hopefully this year, when it gets cooler. It's definitely going to be after the summer, but in more cooler weather. So, you got anything to add, TK?
No, I think that pretty much wraps it up. I mean, if we keep making a video, we'll start rambling on about other stuff that's just off topic.
Yeah. So just stay tuned. We're gonna have some more stuff getting posted up every few weeks or so. You know, we're just gonna keep throwing some stuff in there. So hopefully you guys like what we put out, and hopefully everything. Hopefully you guys subscribe and just give us a chance. And you know, we assure you that our stuff, our investigations, we're for real about what we're doing. You know, it's a hobby, but it's a hobby that I guess we've been interested in for the longest freaking time. I mean, since I was a little boy, so you know, since watching Unsolved Mysteries late at night.
For me, it came a little bit later. I think I was like 16, and because I wanted an explanation for EVPs.
Yeah.
And so far, when we catch, as far as the voice that said "stand up," it was a whispered sound, and
but you can
it feels like it's disproving one of my original theories was that you just caught some accidental radio wave or something,
right?
A radio signal. But the way it sounded, though, it whispered like "stand up." And what radio show talks like that in a whisper?
Exactly. And the crazy thing is that I was sitting down on the porch bench, you know, doing the EVP session, and all of a sudden on the actual audio it said "stand up." So I'm like, oh my gosh. It's a crazy thing when you're doing an EVP session, you don't really hear nothing, you know, strange during the session until you review the evidence. It's like, oh my gosh, man. It's
and
pretty
that's
wicked.
what makes us keep going back to that house.
Yeah.
I was like, what else is it going to tell us?
Yeah. So just stay tuned. We're gonna be posting up more stuff, and it'll be all good. So this is Will and TK from the IF.
So until next time, catch you late.